Hey Queenies, March 10th, 2006. Queen and Paul Rodgers are on the road, and Brian May is in Washington, and he actually does a radio interview with none other than David Lee Roth of Van Halen. Now, David Lee Roth had his own radio show called Roth Radio, and Brian May was interviewed on it. So here's a little bit of it. Check it out.
And how's it going?
It's great. I can't believe I'm doing this, really.
Why don't you believe this? Explain. Share with us.
Well, it was a long time, we lost our Freddie, and for a long time, I guess I just protest too much, I just kind of didn't want to know about it. I didn't want to replace Freddie, and I was quite happy just doing other stuff in my life, I was having quite a good life, as a matter of fact.
I know, just when you get out, they drag you back in.
Yeah, but then something happened. I met Paul Rodgers, and suddenly thought, wow, he's a guy I could really interact with. We could be a real band again.
What is it that causes that kind of interaction to exist for you? What do you blame that on, in a good way?
It's the same stuff as when we were kids, I think. You just have to do it. You meet someone and you can make music and you think, yeah, this is what I do. I like to do this.
I think it's critically important that what happens usually with a band is that you grow up in the same neighborhood, listening to the same records, dating the same girls, trading the same cars. Is that correct?
Yeah, we're not quite that close, but we definitely come from the same place. I mean, Paul Rodgers was a hero of ours. I mean, probably yours too. I don't know.
Oh, yeah. You're both my generation. That's what I grew up on. I'm only a few summers behind you guys, all the way to the degree where it's great listening to your voice on the radio, because when we would do sound checks, we always pretended we were English, and we would go, check one, check two, check three.
That's great. I saw you guys a lot of times, as you know. I was a huge fan. You guys were just the pinnacle. I enjoyed it.
Well, we were a delicate, not so delicate house blend of what you were doing times the guy in Led Zeppelin meets James Brown. I have black rage. You know that, right?
You do. You have the gift, Dave. This is great. You're doing this. I was just listening to you on the radio. Waiting for the call. You sound brilliant.
Thank you so much. I come from the same generation that you did. In America, radio was in transition. It was screaming top 40, hopping and bopping and fopping with the best bed for the boss beat. We got Brian, and right at the time when it was changing into. That's right, we got Brian May on the phone. I'm a delicate house blend. What are you listening to these days? What are you listening to these days? What's in your CD collection, Brian May?
Oh, there's a young band in England called the Kaiser Chiefs. Have you come across them?
Okay, Sasha is grabbing her chest. That's a great sign.
I love the Kaiser Chiefs.
Okay, well, write this down because we're going to spin it up. We'll download it and spin it up. What else are you listening to? Share.
I like the Darkness. They're very quirky and very strange, and they're actually not at all